It's the kryptonite of robot dogs. Sheep farts. Hey, you just heard about Phobies? Well, then you didn't really come to the right place. I know a few things about Phobies. It was probably not the right place. What's going on, chat? Welcome back, everybody. I'm super tired, and this week is looking to be very tiring. The tournament yesterday took a lot out of me. I got to get up early for work, like earlier than normal, for a few days. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting any sleep anytime soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have to call the stream tomorrow. We'll see how I feel, and then we'll see how things go. Friday, may have some other IRL tournaments coming up. Well, I definitely do over the course of, like, the next couple of months. We'll see if I go to the one this weekend. It's just got to work on the real life schedule. There's a whole bunch of projects that I want to be doing, Phobies related and otherwise, and there's just not enough hours in the day is what it boils down to. I haven't gotten any more progress in Space Marine, which is upsetting. I didn't get to test what the hell's causing the encoding issues. I don't know. Just random. It's been so long since I watched a stream. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, you're in for a treat tonight because we are looking at viewer games. How do you get your viewer games here on stream? On the live Twitch stream. Link for that in the description. Hit up the Random Slots Discord. Link for that is also in the description down by the like and subscribe button. We do these as well as our weekly tournament series, Monster of the Week, where you can get coffee just for participating because I am part of the content affiliate program. That means the Phobies team does in fact give me coffee for producing Phobies content. They also provide the prizes for Monster of the Week. You get coffee literally just for signing up and playing. Just show up and play. That's all you got to do. Get some coffee. But we're going to look at some viewer games tonight. I got the list up here. Let's see how many games we got. Oh, I didn't pull the lings. The lings? I didn't pull my lings back. They're gonna get annihilated by Hellions. That's not what I meant. I didn't pull the games I did last week out. So we got to do that real quick because I want to make sure that we're doing the appropriate amount. We're definitely not going to go over tonight, chat. I'm too tired. I think I'm starting to lose my voice again. This will be like the third time in the last few months. And to be perfectly honest, I think I slept weird because my neck is killing me. Like, I legitimately don't think I can look farther left. I can't turn my head farther than I am looking right now without shooting pain. Not unbearable, but like, you shouldn't have any pain when you turn your head. Like, that's not how that's supposed to work. So we'll see how far we can get. We have 14, in the queue. We'll get through a good chunk of them tonight. Not all of them. We'll switch scenes here, try and preserve spoilers. We didn't do a Monster of the Week breakdown this week because I was too tired after the tournament. Just kind of wanted to chill, so we'll see how things go. But we're going to jump in here with our first game. We got our hero here, Killerfrost on Night Shift. One of the more maligned new maps. Quagmire endures all. We shall see. Oh no. When was this game from? Yikes. Apparently this was an older game, broken by the patch. As you can see, it's super choppy. We're just going to let this one play out. There's nothing I can do about this. There's a bad sushi. Maybe it's for the best in this game. It got choppy. If you get a bad sushi on the board this early, that's problematic. I am very curious what the devs are planning for their, the intended rework for bad sushi. Because FOB is doo-doo. That guy is unwashed cheeks. Gross. Disgusting and debilitating. Wait, it is showing animations. What the hell is happening? Chat, maybe I'm just that tired. I swear to God, it looked like it wasn't playing animations to me for a second. I think I'm just that tired. I'm hallucinating now. I'm so wiped. I actually, during the tournament yesterday, I signed up for another tournament that's in a few weeks that is going to be almost twice as large. Well, twice as large as far as length of the event. It's going to be almost 7 times the population of the event. I think. It depends, because they were kind of cagey about how many it is, but it's going to be at least 5 times as many people. So we'll see what happens. Point is, it's going to be a very, very long day for me that day. Assuming that I go. Like, I signed up for it because I know I'm not stealing a spot from someone if I get a refund, because somebody will immediately sign up. But I'm planning on going as of right now. We'll see what happens. So Quagmire ends up on the spa because... Wait, what? Oh, I guess it was just his initial animation. Excuse me. Why? Are we gonna shove shark the ice cream? I'm not really clear on what's going on. Got Repeller and Goon finally? Congrats. Welcome to the club. Dog getting cooked. Re-poison on the Quagmire. Still 6 keys for our hero. Only 3 available, though. Were you going to freeze here? Or are you just not going to use the freeze? You could do... Okay, we're going to freeze. Fair. Okay, I thought that we were going to set up a challenge play, like hit the Bachelor to pull forward, then shove, and then freeze again after something. But in this case, you needed to do a little bit more, a few more hoops to jump through. A lot of dimensional damage going down on this Jin Sting. But at this stage, yeah, with the Ray frozen, which always looks so silly when it's frozen. There isn't a ton of damage here because the Noxious has to go in. Noxious has got to get all up on you. Okay, I was going to say, if you do not kill this thing, you are in trouble. Hero's still with 3 keys until the inevitable Shove Shark nerf. Shove Shark is still very much a combat threat. Like, he's in there. He's doing stuff. Quagmire slapping the snot out of Ray Chargels. I don't know why. I wanted to say the word magma for some reason. This is why I'm tired, chat. Well, it's not why I'm tired, but it is certainly a result, a ramification of me being tired. I didn't think I was going to be this tired. I think it's just a dehydration. I drank almost 0 water yesterday. So I'm feeling a little loopy. Noxious going down. Get hot dogged. But we can't. I mean, we have Brute Words, so I guess that could be when we say get hot dogged. I don't know. I'm trying to make that a thing, chat. Bad guy with the triple panic point collection. Pretty sure, I mean, obviously, Ray has to die, right? And you just kind of, like, I guess you body block out the cassowary, yep. It's gonna get a little dicey just due to the heart damage, but the cassowary's body blocked out. Quagmire did tank an enormous amount of damage this game. Did tank a huge amount of damage, so there is that. Got him. GG. Interesting. I don't know what confused me at the beginning of that game, chat, and I thought that it was broken. I think the snowballs just kind of like appeared. So I thought that that's what was doing it, but I looked back and then suddenly there was still animation, so I don't know. Okay, sure. Alright, we got a little cheeseburger in paradise action. Am I just fooling around with my Yeti? We am just fooling around with my Yeti and expecting to lose. Look, you can't do that in public. You get in trouble for that. But bad guy here with a weird name throws the towel. Hilarious game. Yeah, bad guy! Are you okay? Like, it's funny when... Like, I love silly internet names. And, like, they gotta be silly in, like, a fun way, not, like, you know... If you try too hard to make it a funny internet name, they're not just not funny then. Our hero here, sure, turn to Yeti because why not? I don't understand that. But bad guy's name is like, did they have a stroke? I don't know what happened. Why is it like this? Chuck very early into Yeti is a bold move. What? I mean... okay. Bad guy with the early boom. You hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Bad guy appropriately keeping the snowball fireball alive. It was not necessary to cook the cat. The argument, of course, would be instead you get to double move Chuck, because I'm pretty sure that the snowball off of the stem would have cooked the cat. Quick takedown on the boom. Why do people go boom this early? I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, this doesn't look good for our hero, I'm not gonna lie. This is how... in the business, we usually call this a bad start. Okay, for a second, I really thought the Gravedigger was gonna put down, like, a terraform block, and I'm like, that's a terrible idea. That's just a bad play. Bad guy with effectively zero fear of the sheep here. Admittedly, the sheep can't connect right now, but... There's really no but. Like, the sheep's gonna do nothing here. You can power down the Chuck, but if the sheep ever steps into range, it dies. So our hero needs to have more mass to back this up. They're gonna go with a displacement tool. Honestly, I think bad guy could have moved up, pulled with the attractor, and then just kind of lit up the, maybe they didn't have enough damage to kill the spider and the sheep. I don't know about that, Squiggles. That seems questionable. Alright, so we get our first yoink, and it's not from bad guy. This plays... Yeah, this is probably fine. I don't think bad guy really has the damage represented to do enough. Because, like, you're already in range with the Chuck to hit some things. So you get this pole, you're going to get this. You could... I think a jar can help you kill the spider. Well, not anymore. Okay, never mind. The spider goes down anyway. Alright, so bad guy goes with their own spider. I don't think that's what they want at this point, because our hero's going to advance in. So, like, you want more damage to retaliate and supplement your forces. I don't think you need another displacement tool. I think those 5 keys would have been better off with, like, an actually threatening phobie. Because, yeah, like, this comes in and freezes. Now it's admittedly a stim chuck, but it's poisoned, so the retaliation potential is there, and jar. Like, wait, what? Although, maybe the writing's just on the wall, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like, Chuck is dead, then it's jar, spider, freezer meat, sheep. I think bad guy didn't optimize their lines there. Like, what did this spider do that you couldn't have done with 5 other keys worth of damage dealers? Ouchtown. That didn't take a whole hell of a lot. Or didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Now, our hero did take a beating on their heart, admittedly. Interestingly enough, still doesn't have a panic point advantage. 3-1 bad guy, but doesn't matter about them panic points if all your phobies is gone. GG. I'm glad they're quicker ones thus far, chap. Now that I've said that, I've condemned us to 57 turn games on Agora. Almost forgot to hide the spoilers. You know, I was, like, joking. I was kidding when I said about the 47-turn games. We do, in fact, have a 47-turn game. Noobsim, our hero here, an ant full of fire throwing down really dangerous traps versus a stupid horse. Versus a stupid house with chicken legs. Who will win? It's clearly a rap battle for the ages. I don't know. We're just letting this one play out because this one's way too long to pause. Not that I was planning on pausing anyway. It's funnier to commentate the games in almost real time sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean all the time, because I'm tired. So I have to call it a night. So a very early spud is suspect. Out of bad guy. We'll put it that way. Questionable. Debatable. Already said suspect. Our hero with the early panic point advantage while flipping the center panic point. I actually don't know if Spud on Stim has enough damage here. Okay, it quite obviously does. Bad guy sacrificing the Bachelor, though, maybe? Is the Bachelor gonna die? Interesting. It's certainly better than losing the Spud, but it still kind of sucks. I will say it's a showcase of a valuable early boomer in that capacity, because you did trade 1 for 1, but you maintained the panic point advantage, so like you did get something out of this. Your opponent's able to respond with their own boomer, but you're able to prepare. So the way this was phrased was I assumed that Noobsim, our hero, was going to be putting down the fire ant. But apparently not. Apparently it is going to be our hero with the Baba Yaga versus an inevitable fire ant. And I understand why this game went to 47 turns. I still don't like it. No thank you. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, Chad, this week. Both, like, actual work, like real-life work, and day job work, as well as, other things. I got a bunch of Star Wars stuff to prepare for, like that big tournament coming up. I want to get some more Neopets content going. I still want to do some stuff with the toys that I bought, that I've unboxed, but haven't really messed around with. I want to get back to work on my own game design. And that's only the things I'm thinking of in my stupor right now. So bad guy electing to go with Honey Bear to try and counter this Baba Yaga action. It notably does help address the Hevo issue. I'd like to see a displacement tool or a terraformer out of our hero to assist the Hevo. That's weird. So what this does is it does... Well... I was going to say it evens out the panic points, but bad guy was able to take a panic point advantage here. But the reason that I say this is weird is, yeah, it's possible that there's a trap right in front of where Baba Yaga is or something like that, but because of the positioning, yeah, you're just going to be able to place traps that are still positionally relevant, but are not touched by the Honey Bear Puke, and... the Honey Bear Puke is not doing anything for the fire. Just like... I don't get it. Seems weird. Sinuses are all screwed up. Shove Shark. Maxed out Phobies for our hero, but bad guy still has 13 keys and a slot open. Alright, they're just going to sacrifice the corn. Fair enough. Notably, there are a million healing spas here, so it's not impossible for our hero to, like, park the Hevo on the spa for a little bit. Actually, bad guy was maxed out. I said that they only had 6, but now they have 6. I think the snowball was like blending in up here. Down goes Bachelor. Nice cheap shot from the jar. Like, that's easy to forget that the, Ooh, trap immediately going down, getting triggered, tagging the tardigrade. But yeah, the spider being a little bit forward there is easy to miss, and it's a free shot from the jar, so. Counter Shove Shark, things are about to get spicy. There was going to be a corn trap there. That's a weird puke target. I don't like this positioning from bad guys. So you can't put traps on the puke. So you're going to have to position... Either you bring the fire ant forward aggressively, in which case it will die. Or you have to swing the fire ant all the way back around, like you miss a turn due to the repositioning. And in general, broadly speaking, bad guy has to make moves here. They do have more keys banked, 6-2, but even though you have a trapper as bad guy, and yes, you have Honey Bear, you're giving your opponent who has a panic point advantage, and realistically a phobia advantage, time to find your traps, to remove your traps, set up their own traps. Like, all right, so we're going to sacrifice Spud here. Spud taking one for the team. All right, erratic. I mean, but this guy's going to die trivially. It's not difficult for our hero to remove it. You know what I just thought of, chat? So I watch a lot of Warcraft 3, and I was playing it on stream a little bit and offline. And that's another thing I want to do, but I just don't have time right now, because I've been playing Space Marine. When it will let me. But in Warcraft 3, the Back to Warcraft team has a unique overlay, like a custom overlay for when they spectate games that has the cooldown, like it lists the heroes on the side, and it lists the, no matter where they are on the map, it lists anything that's in production, it lists, what the skill choices are, what the items are for the heroes, stuff like that. I've talked about it before and sent in suggestions to the Phobies team to say, hey, when you're spectating games, I'd love to have like a vertical track of what Phobies died, have the health bars up all the time, maybe cooldowns on the side, something like that, so that you don't have to pause and click on each individual thing. I wonder if I send them a picture of that overlay, it would help to explain what I'm trying to get at. Just a random aside. So I'm pretty sure this is bait, because I don't think there's any world in which that Hevo dies right now. And if it doesn't die, you can't sacrifice your erratic like this. Does it die? This doesn't seem like enough damage. Okay, I thought they were going to attack with the fire ant or the jar. So what I assume happened, because I think the fire ant still had an attack, is that there's probably a trap under the Hevo. But yeah, like, let's assume there is a trap under the Hevo. This still seems really bad. For bad guy. Admittedly, this is a very, very good trap now. And that was a lot of effort that our hero had to put in to kill those two Phobies, but that is 11 keys worth of value. Bad guy looking like they're going to get 14 keys worth of value on this return attack. Notably, Hevo and Spider. And the fire ant escapes with its life. Not what you want to see if you're our hero here. Ooh, nice pick. Like, this seems like... I assume it would seem trivial, but I love when people properly use their 1 keys, even when it's eliminating opposing 1 keys like this, because now, once again, panic point advantage, bad guy has to commit in to make something happen. Numbskull is the final phobia out of our hero. I don't love that. I guess it's tanky, so, like, that's fine, but it's just obviously never going to connect. Now, I will say... our hero's in a bit of a weird spot because they have kind of an anemic offense. Bad guy is not, like, under a ton of pressure here. Their heart is not about to expire. They kind of need bad guy to make a mistake, and I think that's what this is maybe baiting them into this. Bad guy not taking the bait, jumping on the spa. This has to end with somebody stepping on these Baba Yaga traps. I don't see any other way that this happens. Also, bad guys' honey bear pukes seem just weird. I mean, I guess the honey bear is going to go reclaim the center panic point. Like, is that the goal? And obviously it can't right now, but it's in position to threaten everything without the stim being there. Jesus, what is going on here? Like, I fell asleep for, like, 2 turns, chat. I'm not even gonna lie. I legitimately, like, I realized I wasn't saying anything for a second, and I'm like, yeah, I just kind of fell asleep there. There's still 6 more turns to this game. Jesus Christ. I mean, bad guy must be... Yeah, I was about to say, like, they've been setting up traps, but, like... Do you actually win this game through heart damage? Because that's... exceptionally silly if that's true. Is that really, like... I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand all the bad guys' plays here. Oh my god. What is happening? You know, there isn't variance in Phobies. Your collection is your collection is your collection. Their collection is their collection. Like, this is probably the most coin flippy game I think I've ever seen in Phobies, or ones like this, where it's just like, well, there's a trap there, you got me. That being said, I don't think you could remotely say that what Bad Guy was doing for large tracts of this game was optimal. It just did not seem that way. The honey bear puke seemed to be all over the place. The exposure of certain phobies seemed to be questionable at best. That was a game of all time. Of all the Phobies games we've watched, it was definitely one of them. It was definitely one of the games we watched. Oh my god. That middle part of the game where it was just like healing up, I don't know. That's where I kind of zoned out for a second, chat. What do we got here? All right, chat. Dama bringing us a home sweet home game. This combo is sponsored by Man in Yellow. All right. Shout out to Man in Yellow continuing to put content out as well. Not, of course, not the only other content creator, but I will, for whatever reason, YouTube keeps suggesting Man in Yellow's videos to me. But it doesn't suggest, like, I guess because I'm already, but I'm following Man in Yellow, or subscribed to them. I'm also subscribed to Miss Cha. And, like, it doesn't suggest Cha's videos to me. And I don't know why. Like, I don't understand, obviously, because I'm... even as a content creator, like, I don't understand the YouTube algorithm remotely. Oh, thank God you had that boom so that you could kill this cat and accomplish nothing. Thank God! Why didn't we see this sooner? The early boom play, chat. It was right under our noses all along. Can I tell you? Can I tell you how fucking annoying it is to see these early booms and then, like, this is the result? That was kind of more aggressive than I intended it to be. Well, actually, it was about as aggressive as I intended it to be for comedic value, but I hope people don't take it as, like, I'm like, bad guy, you suck. Like, that's not what I mean. Like, here's what happened. You traded 1 keys, but you're still down panic points. What did... And in the grand scheme, will this matter? Probably not. But, like, what did this get you? Why did you do this over any other 1 key that probably in conjunction with the snowball you could have killed it and then claimed the point yourself and, like, at least force our hero to do something? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it! Alright, creep, connect him with the stabby, at the very least. Bad guy, hemorrhaging more phobies. Our hero, K9000. Sure, whatever. It's better than bloat. I'll give it that. I will say that it is notably better than bloat. We get a Thunder Rocks to hard counter the K9000. Obviously. Oh my god. Just why? Why? Alright, so we're actually pushing up into the repeller range, which is a bold move. Because that is 100% a dead stabby a bad guy wants it, and I think they should take it. We have Shove Shark. But, like, I don't know what we're going to shove into range right now. Like, that's a pretty decent pick for bad guy. Again, I don't love the Thunder Rocks. I don't know what the purpose here is. Oh, I keep forgetting Dama has... Honest to God, I keep forgetting. Because I was like, what 3 range? Because I was about to say, like, what are you going to do? Boop Snowball? That doesn't do anything. But I keep forgetting Dama has Plaid. Honest to God, I think the bigger issue is I forget Plaid exists. And it, truth be told, it would appear that bad guy also forgot that Plaid exists. I don't know if I said this before, but does anybody remember the NES game, as in the original Nintendo? The NES game, Base Wars. Shout out to you if you remember Base Wars. The entire premise is that it's a baseball game, as you can imagine. Except all the players are, like, cyborgs. Or not cyborgs, I think they're just actually robots. And what happens is if you go to tag somebody out at the base... So, like, if you're running from first to second and they try to throw you out at base, you actually fight, and it goes to, like, a separate fighting game screen. So you can equip your players and upgrade them because they're robots over time. You can equip them with, like, oh, they can throw better, or they can catch better, or they can run faster, or whatever. But you can also equip them with weapons, like guns and laser swords and shit. And there are different types where it's like a more humanoid-looking robot. There's one with tank treads. There's one with like a unicycle bottom, kind of like Plaid, which is what brought me down this whole path. And there's a couple others. The game was fun, and I kind of wish they would remake that. I would play the shit out of that game. Because I really enjoyed Mutant Football League when they relaunched. I haven't played the sequel. It doesn't... I don't know how... It didn't look like much changed. But I gotta check in on it. If ever it goes on sale, I'll probably pick it up. But that's a digression for another time. GG. I assume people are here. Like, if you're watching these streams, if you're watching these videos on YouTube, I kind of feel like you're here. Not exclusively for the random digressions. I mean, random thoughts, hey. But, like, you're probably here for the random digressions. Alright, Bronze Elf here, facing off against a viewer game regular, Don Tinklesniff. Our bad guy here. A very unusual game, but very fun. We love those. Everybody loves those. Who doesn't? Because I want to know why. What is it you hate most about fun? What is it that you hate most about fun? I don't really understand Don Tickle Sniff's strategy here. Snowball into Crushmore. I can see where this already drifted into unusual territory, but our hero here, banking up to 7 keys. I guess them Miss Frizzle glasses on the ace there causing the weirdness. I don't know. We got a Benny. All you Benny enjoyers out there. Benny's model is cool. And there's a lot of cool stuff about the animations and things. I'm not thrilled with the attack. I feel like it happens just a little too fast. But I'm not a huge fan of Benny, generally speaking. We get a glob coming out, and that's a play you can make. Okay, we get the counter glob, because both players are hell-bent on making every bug in the game appear in this game. Shove Shark, giving a free meal to Benny here. There's no real way to, well, there's certainly no way to save Benny, but I don't think there's any way for Bad Guy to actually interfere with the glob's retreat at this stage. However, they sport a Shove Shark of their own, thereby allowing for the potential of globbing the glob. Crushmore with a little heebie-jeebie special action on the bottom row. I don't quite get the Woolly Bully. Woolly Bully powering down the Crushmore. So... yeah, I guess this will work. This works. So, Bad Guy can't advance with the glob because then you're going to get your globbed. Or just the... Well, actually, you can't because it'll be globbed there. So, wait, what? Holy shit, wait. Dude, I'm tired. Like, I can't be casting this game right now. I'm too tired for this. What is happening? I don't think unusual really explains and describes the board state we're looking at. Deranged, I believe, would be a more appropriate description. Because we have not only a counter glob, but a counter Woolly Bully. We got glob, and glob. Yo, dog. I heard you like globs, so we put a glob in your glob so you can glob all you glob. Does anybody remember that show anymore? Does anybody actually remember Pimp My Ride? Dude, what? Yo, the shove... I didn't know that would work. There is really nothing that... There's a lot of assumptions about when something is globbed of it, like, not really being in play and that sort of thing. But obviously, you can still shove your... It's not just... Because up until Shove Shark, pretty much all the stuff we had... Like, Akira, I think, gets you re-globbed. Maybe not. Maybe the other glob takes over. Because it would pull the top one first. I don't know how that works. I haven't seen that in a while, so I don't remember the interaction. But, like, most of the stuff would be you push their glob or pull their glob. But your glob is still interactable here. So you can glob the glob while you glob. Something like that. I'll never be able to find that quote again. The clip. So I can put it on the The stinger. I mean, bad guys glob is getting some value here, I guess. Slapping the crap out of Crushmore here. I thought our hero was just going to go heart. I do like the bow mangles block here, so that way they can't just glob up the pterodactyl. At this point, bad guy's kind of cooked. Glob is not going to go the distance here. He's not singing Disney animated Hercules songs. Other than Go the Distance, I don't know any lyrics to that song. My wife probably does, but I don't think she can hear me saying that right now. Dude, are we gonna free the bow? Free the bow! Oh, he even gets a kill. Doesn't even die to the fire. He's probably gonna die now. Oh no, the fire's gone. Okay, okay. Don Tinklesniff honorably not running away. There was really nowhere to run to. You know, that animation really feels like a taunt. Not just the doing of it, but like the animation itself looks like a taunt. GG. GG. Yeah, unusual doesn't describe that. Oh boy, chat. What do we got? What do we got next? Favorite your games! Favorite your games. And this one fell off the profile too. You gotta favorite them games, people. I can't watch them if you don't favorite them because they fall off the profile. Yikes. Ouchtown population U, dearh. Alright, chat. We gotta try and... Gotta wake up for this one. We got a Karst game, chat. Showing off how broken Brony is. What was Torvi supposed to do? So, Karst and I mean, I've been saying this for a while, too. Brony is in... So, if you picture your average tier list, you know, you got your tier 0 or S tier, then you got your tier 1 or tier A, 2, B, etc., all the way down. Tier 0 or S is like, no, this thing is broken. It is actually degenerate and is strictly unhealthy for the game in question. And it needed to be patched yesterday. People are always screaming that there's plenty of things in that category. It's actually way rarer than most people give it credit for. But I think there... And then there's like, okay, these are the top... Then you have tier 1 or tier A. Really powerful. These are your number ones. You want them in like every game. You are never unhappy to have them or see them. Whatever. I think there's kind of like a shadow tier in between there, or on par with that, where it's between tier 1 and tier 2, where tier 2 would be like, all right, these are solid and they're fine. Where it's, these are sneakily broken Phobies, where it's just like, for whatever reason, nobody's paying attention to these, but they are extremely problematic. And I think they are just extremely linear. So I have to wonder, because Brony is just not a common phobie, right? So, is the answer to Karst's question this? People need more experience of getting their ass handed to them by Brony. And then they will more consciously think about it. Like, I've encountered this a lot with playing a lot of Star Wars Unlimited lately, where I know, and I'm not saying this to be arrogant, I'm not saying this to insult people, but like, I'm a better player than most of the people I play against. And I know that because most people are very honest with, oh, I just never saw that play coming. I didn't know that could happen. Or I'm not prepared for this, that, or the other thing. And in most cases, it's like, yeah, I get it. Nobody can know everything, but like some of these things are, you need to know that this is a reasonable sequence to happen. And you get blown out by those things, meaning that you are ill prepared. I wonder if it's a similar situation for Phobies where, like, we've talked about it in the context of Akira, where Akira is, or was, you know, you're supposed to be able to pressure it. Pressure before it. You see it come out on the board, but most of the time you're actually reacting. What you should be doing, assuming that it's possible, is you play proactively and try and force your opponent, like, you don't give them the opportunity to do Akira. As we're seeing here, there's several turns where bad guy has now had the opportunity. We probably see the brony now, like this next turn, where bad guy has had the opportunity to do something to try and prepare for the potential brony. And I've said this on other occasions that we will hit a point with unique types and not like undead or monster or whatever, but like different phobies require different responses. And we're eventually going to hit a point, maybe we already have, of however you respond to brony is probably going to be different than responding to Akira or whatever. I'm tired, so I'm not thinking of phobies right now, but like you get the idea, like a tractor. Different responses for different things. Is it possible to have a generic enough team for you to adapt on the fly to... Okay, it's not going to be brony. We have a flesh crawler. That completely took me out of where I was going. Oh, yeah. Like, is it possible to have a generic enough game plan such that you can simply... react to, just never max out on phobies, and then you'll always have at least one spot to then react to whatever your opponent's doing. This would actually be a defense of the early booms, or mid-game booms, or boom family, because they can sacrifice themselves to free up phobie space, so if you have the prerequisite keys, you can then drop the whatever the response is. Ooh, yikes, is that a... I'm guessing you don't kill the Hevo there, otherwise there's no reason not to do that, I think. But panic point pressure in favor of our blue player. Kind of been that way the whole game. I mean, we had the Hevo up here threatening, but the Ray Chargels fixed that. 10 keys to 11 remaining. There's not enough damage here to really threaten the Blasto. So it would not surprise me to see Karst pull back a little bit and then shove forward with the brony at leading the charge, at the head of the team. The front of the flying V, if you will. And there it is. The Hell Demon itself. So pulling the... Would you have done that? I'm a little surprised that the Shove Shark pulled back as far as it did, because otherwise you could have moved the Shove Shark in to assist the brony setup more readily. So bad guy's gonna do their best spread, but realistically, they can probably catch everything on the bottom part of it. Yeah, you're gonna catch... Oh, they don't get the Noxious. This is where I think, like... And I'd have to go back and look at that turn. Even though I'm pausing, I'm not gonna do it. But, like, I feel like the brony... Like, the Shove Shark didn't have to pull back as far as it did. If it was one space up, it could have shoved the brony, and the brony ends up on that panic point, thereby also turning off the Noxious and claiming the panic point. I'd have to go back and look and see why Karst didn't do that, but to answer the actual question, what could bad guy have done? Realistically, I think the answer is supposed to be don't get put in this position, but phobies that have an extreme level of inevitability, and by that I mean if you don't think brony had this level of inevitability in this game, consider a tractor on Lights Out. I think that's a very telling example of what the hell am I supposed to do here? Like, what is my answer? And I think that there are certain phobies in certain situations, and this goes back to my earlier point about there being problems with the super linear phobies where, like, they do a thing and they do it so well that, like, you can't stop them unless you have particular answers. And the answers to phobia, or to Brony, is what? Spread out? Like, yes, that's a positional answer, but I am personally of the opinion, I have said this for a while, I kind of want to see Brony get a lower cooldown, but you can line of sight block the ability. So, like, if you stack your phobies in a conga line, it will not hit the ones behind, or something like that, so that you can position differently. Maybe the shorter cooldown can't happen then, but yeah. We have to decide, well, the devs have to decide, is it okay? Because in every single game, there is a final phobie that effectively wins the game, right? Because it's the last thing that comes down. It essentially is like, okay, this hit the board and now the game's over. Sometimes that phobie is irrelevant because the game's already decided, or it's just like, you know, if regular Hevo 1.0 is my final phobie, it's like, all right, yeah, it's relevant, but, like, did it turn the tide in the fashion that Brony just did? Probably not. But are we, and when I say we, again, the devs, are we comfortable with the idea that there are certain phobies that can come down at certain game states, and it is just literally impossible for your opponent to do anything meaningfully against them? Because Brony has that sort of effect. In the games where it wins, it is arguably unanswerable. You have to be preparing for the Brony. And then that leads into my earlier question of, do we have any phobies at all, and if we do, how many, that are so unique, so distinct from each other, that you can't properly prepare for anything? So, like, if the answer to Brony is wildly different from the answer to a tractor, but they are both hypothetically super lethal under certain circumstances, so it could be either, but as soon as you prepare for one, you lose to the other. Like, is that happening? And if it is, how often, and are we okay with it? I know the answer to the last one. Personally, I'm not okay with it, but I don't know. All right, we're going to try dearh again. Let's see if dearh, the second game, works. All right, this one didn't fall off your profile. This time, dearh is our hero. Use a tractor first to keep the enemy at a distance, then use Phantom and Cerberus to attack Heart. Bonin have 10 keys banked, but failed to bring a heavy unit out because they have max phobies on board. It sounds like you just outplayed them. I'm not going to lie. It sounds like you just outplayed them here. Now, admittedly, if you were able to set up that dream team of Cerberus, a tractor, Phantom, the hell was your opponent doing this whole game? I mean, Never Forever does produce some weird games. Never Forever does produce some weird games. Alright, here's the attractor countering the innocuous that's creeping along the top here. Horns stare off. I'm curious, chat and YouTube. How do you feel about this map? Is this one grown on you, or is this map become a problem? It was kind of silly in the beginning, and we did have some interesting Monster of the Week games. I distinctly remember a bunch of Alien Engineer games on this map. But I wonder, like, is this another terrible small map? We have a lot of those. I've come around to the idea that the small map design needs more help than the big map design. Generally speaking, I think we have more solid, both quantity-wise and, you know, general assessment-wise, more solid large maps than we do small maps. Small maps all seem problematic for the most part. Or not all, but like a large portion of them. Alright, there's the Phantom. Bad guy being very respectful of the attractor. Poison Ivy. I don't know about that. I get it as a counter trapper. Is that really what you want here? You know, I don't hate Poison Ivy here. Because of the conveyor tiles, it can actually get involved and reposition much more readily. So what? I mean, I get it. You don't want to expose the innocuous to a Cerberus play. But, like, you're going to get Cerberus no matter what. What is bad guy's answer here? This is... Oh, my God. Bad guy did max out, and they should not have maxed out. I don't know what the plan was with the 1 key. I also don't like this, but I think bad guy has just accepted the inevitable at this point because they know they can't stop that Cerberus. We don't have a flying boop, do we? Because that would be kind of cool if you could fly a boop phobie out and then boop the Cerberus, like, right off the bat. So much for that plan. GG, very well played. So here's the real question for the community. Which is worse, the Sentinels or Phantom? Like, if only one of those, either was, like, all the Sentinels get nerfed, or Phantom gets nerfed again. Which would you want? Because there's a lot of people who feel that Phantom is fine right now. I don't know if any of those people would watch this game and say that's okay. But I don't think this is 100% on Phantom, because obviously the attractor played a big role. I don't know. It's interesting. But GG, well played. Alright, so we're back into... we're doubling up here, because we had some multi-submissions. I'm going to make the executive decision and do this one next to make sure we get it in. And why is that? It's because it's a Karst game. We're going to look at the second Karst game. Guess who has a brilliant strategy on Toys in the Attic? Really shows the best way to approach this map. I recommend everyone start doing this ASAP. I, honest to God, don't know if this is sarcasm or not. legitimately don't know. We're going to learn together. So we got opener poison ivy. It's a bold move there, Cotton. I do like the idea. The premise is already enticing to me. I do like poison ivy as a phobie. Okay, for a second the game stalled, and I swear to God I thought bad guy was just going to surrender, and that was the strategy that Karst was suggesting, which would have been hilarious. Like, that would have been really funny. Okay, so here's a question. Which goes off first, traps or the tiles? I think the traps go off first, so if you put a poison ivy trap on a poison tile, it will result in the poison tile poison overwriting it. Also, the placement here by bad guy of the traps is very interesting because they have not materially, or that's not stating this the wrong way. Karst hasn't been able to find a trap with tickles. That's the point. Is the plan poison ivy into erratic? I mean, it's not unreasonable. We talked about that a while back, pre-55 Russell nerfs, where when I first unlocked them, I'm like, hey, well, what if you're able to force your opponent into mechs via Russell, and then you go electricals, or you go whatever to then try and capitalize on the Russell value. Why did the game zoom in there? And now zoom out. Alright, we're getting a shove. I mean, this shouldn't be lethal. Yeah, we're just getting chip shots here. Boop. 3 heart damage. Alright, a tractor, huh? Given the quantity of traps that are clearly out there, this attractor could get a ton of value on top of its normal value. Yeah, this space is occupiable, so I don't think there's any way to get a boop of the erratic into the pit. Alright, here's a Frosty. Karst with 2 keys left, bad guy with 3. What are we doing here? What? 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 That's a bold move there, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. This is what that quote is for. Well, it looks like the average Joe's team has just forted. It's just forted. Looks like the average Joe's team is just forfeited. That's a bold move there, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for him. Dude, are you going to do it again? All right, this is actually hilarious now. Like, I want 100% of people, if you're going to, instead of surrendering, if you can do this, do this. Forget surrendering. This is the way to forfeit in style. The first one looked like, you know what? The first one might have legitimately been a mistake. The first one might have legitimately been a mistake, and they meant to, like, reposition or something like that, and then just messed it up. And then, like, they recognized, okay, the game is over. Like, there's no way. I just killed my own erratic for literally nothing. Now, the game may have been over anyway. Karst, please tell me you don't freeze the poison ivy or something. Oh, they still have 3 keys, so it won't necessarily... Like, doing this doesn't immediately end the game. This is... I honestly... So, I seriously, when the erratic died, I'm like, wait, is there, like, some crazy play that they need to sacrifice that so they free up a space and can do all this other shit? And it's like, no, they just probably fucked it up. They probably just fucked it up, and then they just died. Because, like, even if they were intentionally sacrificing Phobies for that purpose, you had, like, 2 other Phobies that could have gone before erratic. I thought what they were doing is they were going to reposition the Gravedigger to break the block and then move the erratic up, and then they just left it on the conveyor tile. They've got Karst right where they want him. Like every Saturday morning cartoon villain. GG. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, that is a thing you can do. Like, that's a strategy. I don't expect that one to catch on. I'm never good at predicting trends or popularity type things. But I don't think that one's going to catch on. I don't think that one's going to catch on. I am very happy that we got that recorded for posterity, though, because that's very funny. All right, Bronze Elf is back on Always Watching. Trying out a Crushmore opener and came down to a very close game to a lack of a game plan. Well, it sounds like he had a game plan, or at least the beginning of a game plan. Maybe not a complete game plan. Need to get a lot more water in me, chat. Probably not best to drink a ton of water right before I want to go to bed. Never get any sleep that way. Goon! Gotta love when Goon comes out to play. Whoever put Goon together, did they, like, accidentally put a coat hanger in his back? I know that's supposed to be a vertebrae, but it kind of looks like he's wearing... He's wearing the pads, like, they sewed him in underneath, but, like, they were on a coat hanger behind him. So the vertebrae looks like there's just, like, the top of the coat hanger. Okay, Bronze Elf, what? I can forgive, like, oh, well, I'm going for a Crushmore opener. I don't really know, like, I'm gonna do this, or whatever, but, like, Crushmore into sheep? Also, you could have just blocked this off. You could have left the... You could have left the Crushmore there and just put an obstacle. Like, that's the whole thing about Crushmore on this map, is you can lock that off. And Bad Guy didn't respond with a Terraformer, so you would have had time. Whom. That's like a level 1 Goon. No, it's not. Why did I think that 695 attack was level 1? I don't know, chat. I don't know. Metabot? Dude, you are all over the place here. What is happening? Bad guy on the full retreat here. Sort of. Guess not full retreat. They advanced the K9000. Tick. Sure. That is in fact a phobie. Electrocat putting in work. Sheep gonna get the kill. Who knew? Robot dogs completely... Their clear weakness? Sheep farts. We learned it today. It's the kryptonite of robot dogs. Sheep farts. That one's probably a better opener than whatever I had before. I don't even remember. I really do need to make a channel trailer with, like, all of the stingers from all the Phobies videos, because there's some really weird shit. Which is why I try and find, like, what is the hypothetically funniest out-of-context clip, and stick that at the front, obviously. And there have been some really weird ones. Bad guy once again. Dude, the sheep has done virtually nothing. It did help with the takedown, but I don't think you needed sheep to make that happen. Temptress, bad guy in shambles. I'm telling you, just put the Crushmore up there and block. Please! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bad guys maxed out. They can't even put a terraformer on the board. Why did you go glob? Dude, what? This is like the third deranged game tonight. Here's a question. Like, we had that super weird one where the entire game was weird, right? But then we had the Karst game with you know, the new top tier strategy. And now we have this. I think this one is at best second weirdest. It's definitely been, well, third weirdest, I guess. It's top 1 and 2 have to be that other game and then the Karst game. What? Oh god, like, this is simultaneously a really cool play and still very silly. Oh my god, Haffy doesn't die. Haffy is sitting there in rage. Look at him in his bubble. Look at Haffy, this idiot. He's so sad. Fuck you, Haffy. Is Maggie just going to town on our hero's heart? Dude, what are you doing, Bronze Elf? This is like killing the fly in your house with a machine gun. Kinda. I guess it's a machine gun from Mr. Freeze's house. More of a shotgun, I guess. I don't know. Some kind of firearm built by Mr. Freeze. Can you shove again? I don't know if you can shove right now. That's a good bomb. It's not a great one, because you can you kill a shove shark here? Yeah, you can do it with Snowball. Alright, so you get a shove shark kill, but you're gonna lose the goon... No, you can't lose the goon to the Finnegan. Unless... Dude, if our hero freezes the Finnegan, you can shove it, Mr. Streamer. True. I feel like that phrase fell out of favor after, like, the 1990s. Does anybody even say that anymore? We've had a few of those tonight. Like, does anybody actually use this turn of phrase any longer? I think we're gonna get a freeze on the Finnegan. Dude, we're getting a freeze on the Finnegan. Oh, we're freezing Tick. Wait, can you not displace this now? You actually can't. You can't displace this because it won't go anywhere. I can't push the glob up. Well played, Bronze. Well played, Bronze. I don't even know why it was a thing in the 90s. I don't think it was, like, a thing, but it was clearly a more common saying. It was, I feel like it was said on TV because they can't, they're not gonna, like, drop an F-bomb in a sitcom, you know what I mean? Or say what the real phrase is. Alright, so this is kind of weird. Because the Quagmire can now swing around to the heart? It did say it got close. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, bad guy. Bad guy just threw. This is absolutely a case of the trying not to lose. You, instead of just winning the game, like... I think you just swing the Quagmire around and go hard. You're, like, there's no way you win from this position. I think. Maybe. Maybe you're... I just don't think you can win. It was enough of a thing that the Deftones have a song where they say it at least 20 times. Really? What song was that? My own shover, my own summer shove it. Well, I mean, it's in the song title. They gotta say it, right? Quad panic point advantage. For now, at the very least. This was such a weird game. I don't know if the Quagmire swinging this way would have gotten there. But this didn't feel like it did anything for bad guy. Wow. Juiced up snowball, huh? Wait, what did this live with? 143 health. This was a good heads-up play by our hero, blocking off this panic point with the glob. Although I guess it doesn't matter here. Would have been a great play if the glob could have lived. Why attack Gonzo? I guess because you'd have to reposition, like, the... And it also didn't matter. Like, if you don't win that turn, it doesn't matter. GG. We're back to very deranged games, chat. Back on our nonsense. Alright, one more, and then we'll call it a night, because I am tired. So wait. Hold on. It's not the game we're doing, but there's Cheeseburger 779 and there's Cheeseburg 779. I'm very curious if these are two different people. It would actually be very funny if there was a cheeseburger imposter named Cheeseburg. And then we continued doing this until we have Cheeseburger as the full name. Alright, 27 turn game here on noobsim. How do I know it's 27 turns? Well, I could see it, so now you see it. Opponent underestimated how far Smiley can go. Alright, we'll see. Smiley's a weird phobie. I think Smiley is one of several phobies that the bark is worse than their bite. And that's not a joke about them not doing damage. It's more just people see Smiley and they freak out, especially the first few times they see it. I distinctly remember there being a whole bunch of threads at one point about how broken Smiley was. They're like, oh my god, the devs have to nerf Smiley. How could you ever possibly beat it? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. Just stop. Just stop. And tomb. Everything my opponent does that beats me is overpowered. I mean, I see you've played games before. Oh, you missed it, Tona. I don't know if you were here last night when I was talking about the tournament yesterday, but it was funny talking to people. Because, like, when somebody's been around in card games for a while, it is very common, because I do this too, it's very common to, like, oh yeah, well back in like 94, I used to play this, or I did this game, and like, there's a level of street cred, I guess, to having a legitimate back in my day story, when back in my day was 30 years ago. I'm not saying like these people were trying to impress people, but it was funny because it was just like a bunch of us standing around bullshitting between rounds and before the top 8 started, talking about, like, because it was for Star Wars, so people were talking about the Star Wars Decipher game, or when they first started playing Magic, or, you know, stuff from way back when. And Akira. I don't know why Primate number 9 is here, but we've been seeing an uptick in that. Maybe people are, excuse me, stealing notes from Shadow Force. Got some indigestion, we'll say. Yes, it's indigestion. I don't know. There is the Smiley. We've talked about it before, how Smiley isn't like a great counter to Akira, but Phantom makes a lot of counters way better because all of a sudden they're right in your lap. And the Akira is not going to be ready right now. The bad guy can't even, like, do something to disrupt our hero's plans. Alright. Boop into... Was that... Yeah, you needed that. Dude, this Smiley, like, cross-country runner, sort of, cross-country catapulted, that's 3 dimensionals that just got diseased, and that Primate's probably not far off from this. Now, bad guy will get some counter kills here. Looks like at least Smiley. Okay. This isn't enough damage to kill the Phantom, though, is it? Dude, that was not good retaliation. The Smiley's already done its job. The Phantom's even gonna escape. Is it? Never mind, it's going to stand its ground. It is, of course, sitting on a healing spa, despite that healing spa turning into a hot tub. This seems wasteful. I don't think... Alright, let's assume bad guy did the math here that by healing this Akira, it will last long enough to pull again, because I don't know that it's worth doing this, is it? If you don't kill the Phantom, there's no world in which this is worth doing that. Now, our hero... Well, they're going to trade the Tooth Fairy for the Creep, which is negative, but that's fine, I guess. You pull the Phantom... Oh, we're going to go aggro with this. All right. I mean, to be honest, this is fine. Like, you kill probably both the Charon and the Akira this turn. Okay, wait, what is happening? I'm like completely off with these predictions. Why did we send in the Tooth Fairy to reset the muffin heal? Would you not have been better off just killing the Creep with the Tooth Fairy? I guess it would have given the Akira one more turn. Dude, we're gonna get another Wuffalo? I think there's a level of bad guy just kind of like accepting the inevitability here. So you can shove Shark to Wuffalo and Phantom it in. Ooh, I don't know how that works. Wait. Okay, so let's say that our hero kills the Oopsie Baby. And then Wuffalo wills the Sparky. Does the game immediately end? Because technically, your opponent has no keys and no phobies as soon as that happens. I assume the game still tracks it at an underlying level that it's not our hero's phobie. So the game would continue with, like, nothing... I mean, bad guy would not get to take a turn? I want to know how that works. Somebody test that out. I kind of hope that it immediately ends the game, because it's, like, very silly to make it continue. Although, I guess there are scenarios... Wait, we might find out. No, we won't find out. Will we? We do take the Sparky. But it can't act this turn. Oh, wait, there's a Creep still alive. I forgot the Creep is still alive. Dude, don't run away. No, I want to see how this works. All right. Why does this game still... It must not end the game. There's no way that it makes sense otherwise, because this is going to kill the Creep. Because it couldn't kill the Creep otherwise. That's kind of sad. No! Kill the Oopsie Baby! What are you doing? Oh, it's dead anyway. Okay. Dude, so it continues? This is so dumb! This should not happen. Look at this. Bad guy has no phobies. Dude, timeout. Killerfrost. How the fuck are you gonna lead with Smiley and not mention this? Really? Look how far Smiley can go. Dude, you literally took their last phobie or made it their They have no phobies. They have no keys. How do you not make this the notes? Come on. I gotta teach you guys everything. I think we found the... No, Otona, you didn't see the other ones. The other ones were up there. There are 3 games competing for first place, and then one that's clearly behind the others, but was still, like, would have been the weirdest game on any other night. Like, there were, like, I'm not even joking, there were at least 2 other games that would compete with this one for the weirdest game of the night. And I think we need people to tell me in the comments what the weirdest game is. I really wish I had more energy tonight. These games deserved more than I was able to do, but I'm so tired. Got him. Didn't even win through killing the Phobies. He just killed the heart anyway. Dude. Oh my god. Alright, we got our 10 games, chat. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say to some of these games. This was a funny night. Like, this is a funny night of games. I'm not gonna lie. But chat, I'm gonna call it an evening because I'm super tired. Like I said, I gotta get up early this week. I'm just wiped. Tournament took a lot out of me, and we got more tournaments coming up. We'll see about the stream tomorrow for Variety Night. I may have to take a night off just because I'm wiped. We'll see. If not, we'll be playing more Space Marine. Hopefully I can figure out what's going on with the fucking encoding. Hopefully I can figure out what's going on with that error where it won't connect to multiplayer. We'll play it by ear. But that's going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for more Random Thoughts.